There are 3 reasons why SvelteKit is better than the other meta frameworks. But if you want a short answer, it would be because it creates transitional apps, which is a term invented by the creator of SvelteKit. Now let me explain what that is and tell you what the 3 reasons are.
What is it? What's that?
SvelteKit is a meta framework to build Svelte applications. In general, the role of UI frameworks such as Svelte is to abstract the DOM so that developing UI components is easier and faster. And Svelte is very good at that. But UI frameworks don't answer the following question. They don't tell us how to structure the source code, how to do server-side and client-side rendering, how to do routing that works in the server and in the browser, how to fetch data and how to mutate it, how to perform error handling, how to have environment variables and secure them, and other questions. SvelteKit is designed to solve all of these problems and answer all of these questions. Now this is all great, but most meta frameworks already do that. So what makes SvelteKit unique and different from the other ones, such as Next.js and Nuxt.js? There are 3 main reasons that really make SvelteKit stand out from the other meta frameworks. In single-page applications, the server returns a shell, which is a skeleton HTML file, and a bloated JavaScript file, like the virtual DOM for example. Then this huge JavaScript file takes over. And when data is needed in the client, it requests it from the server, then the huge client JavaScript file hydrates the shell with this data. Of course, this is very bad for search engine optimization, because in order for a search engine to know what's the content of the page, it needs to execute the JavaScript file to hydrate it so that it be able to render the page and index it. However, this problem is not found in multi-page applications, since the pages are already rendered on the server and returned to the client without hydration. So you might think, why don't we just all use multi-page applications and throw single-page application frameworks in the trash? The reason is simple. The reason is that multi-page applications have other problems. Effectively, in multi-page applications, whenever a route is accessed by the client, the entire page gets reloaded, thus losing all states, which also results in no transitions or animations between pages, but also in rerunning all third-party scripts like analytics, etc. These problems, on the other hand, are not found in single-page applications. So as you can see, each has its own advantages and disadvantages. So what should you choose then? A multi-page application framework or a single-page application framework? This brings us to SvelteKit's solution. The SvelteKit's approach is that the initial page load is server rendered, which is great for SEO. Then, SvelteKit defaults to client-side rendering by hydrating the server-rendered HTML page into an interactive client-side rendered page. This has many advantages. For example, this allows to persist the state between the different pages and avoids reloads. It also avoids rerunning third-party scripts like analytics on every single page load. And since at this point it is behaving like a single-page application, it has the advantages of SPAs such as fast page transitions and animation. This way, SvelteKit is getting the best of both worlds, since it acts initially as a traditional MPA framework, then switches to a modern SPA framework. And the best part is that this behavior can be customized, which we will discuss in the next reason. So how do you think should we call a framework that combines aspects of traditionalism of MPAs and modernism of SPAs? Well, Rich Harris, the creator of Svelte and SvelteKit, came up with the term transitional apps, which is a term inspired by the interior design concept called transitional design. Most big frameworks are either server-side rendering frameworks, client-side rendering frameworks, or static site generators. But SvelteKit is very flexible. We can choose which rendering method to pick. We can turn the entire app to a single-page application, or a multi-page application, or a static site. Or we can even go one level deeper and pick the rendering method of each page. In traditional MPAs, all pages are rendered in the server, but once you need to handle client interaction, then you need JavaScript in the browser. Thus, you end up with 2 apps. One running in the server, for instance PHP, to render pages, and another running in the browser using JavaScript to handle client navigation. So, the same web application is now divided into 2 apps that are very tightly coupled to each other, but written in 2 different languages. SvelteKit, on the other hand, does both functionalities in only one app and one language, which is JavaScript with the Svelte compiler. And here you go, now you know 3 reasons why I think SvelteKit is the best meta framework for the time being. If you want to learn SvelteKit, then I have a complete YouTube course for you that you can check by clicking on this video.